Well, hello. I don't know who's going to see this video. I haven't been on YouTube in absolutely, I don't know, has to be a year or two at least. And sorry for the traffic. I will get out of this in just a little bit. I'm going for a walk. It's probably the very worst time of day to have a walk. But I need to do something. Anyway, there is so much. I mean, it gets redundant after a while to talk about how much is going on right now in the world. And for those of you that, like me, see how everything's getting ready for the Lord's return, you know, it's just a duh moment. Of course, duh. And I don't trust any politician at all. I think as far as they're concerned, it's a big game. It's good cop, bad cop type of thing, where they just pull people back and forth just to finally get to where they want to go. But at the end of the day, the Lord is in control of all that. They are his pawns, as Satan is. So we keep watching, and there are things happening. I finally have decided that as things get closer and closer, it's like back in the 70s when I was much younger. That's when, I think in the 70s is when there was a real awakening to the fact that we were living in the last days. There was, Hal Lindsey wrote the late Great Planet Earth, and they made movies, and actually those movies, they weren't so bad. I mean, I'm an actress and I'm a drama director, and I am picky about stuff, and I do notice bad acting, but let's face it, Christian films have come a long way as far as the acting goes. But the message was very clear about the gospel, and there were people that actually were reached that way. And I'm getting off track, but in the 70s there was a real awakening among the church, people, that the Lord was returning soon. And then it kind of died down when nothing happened, of course. But it's always been there. So I finally have come to think that what's happening now is that back in the 70s, or even 48, when Israel became a nation and all that, there was this really wide lens, and everything was kind of blurry. And if anybody was paying attention, they could see that was a sign. The Lord is kind of return. And we all know that his time he doesn't live in time. So for him to take 100 years or 50 years or whatever, it's just a blink of an eye to him. It's nothing. He doesn't live in time. He lives in the past, the present, and the future. We are the ones that are prisoners in time, but that still doesn't mean that he doesn't respect time, because he created it. And he's told us to watch and pay attention. But I think it was a wide lens back then, kind of blurry. But as time went on, and as time has gone on, it's like it's becoming more and more and more sharper in focus. It's always, it's every time you think, we can't possibly get any further than this, something else happens that makes the Bible even more literally true. I mean, the Bible is true, but, some of the things we thought of in the 70s, as far as what we thought the mark was or anything like that, is nothing compared to what we're starting to see now. And I mean, the technology wasn't there, or at least it wasn't to the public. And so it's just getting narrower and narrower and narrower. And finally it's going to get to where God's going to say now. And I say that because my husband was saying the other day, he goes, I'm not expecting Jesus to come back in the next, it's going to be years. Because he was just discouraged. That kind of brings me to, I just need you all to pray for us. I know there's a lot of people out there. There's so many people right now. There's Amanda Christian, who is living in her car. I don't really know everything that happened, Amanda. And I can do what I can do. I can't do much myself. But I've been praying for you. And then there's some other people that have spoken the gospel, like Tom on Watchman River. He's actually been sued by somebody because they said he made them feel uncomfortable when he talked about, if you don't know Jesus, you're going to go to hell. And they actually sued him. And today was, I think, his court date. So you pray for him. And there's been lots of exposure. God is cleaning house in the church. Just so many ministries. I hate to call them ministries because I don't think they ever were true ministries. They were multi-level marketing schemes in a church where the top dog gets rich and takes advantage of people, and the sheep are just fleeced. And a big mafia gang where all the leaders hide each other's sins and cover for each other so they can all be rich and everything. I mean, I really believe that. It's really been, well, let's put it this way. I never thought I'd see that. I mean, I have to confess, I was a student at Oral Roberts University, and there were some really good people there as far as the professors go and some of my friends. But it wasn't because of the Roberts family. I'll just say that. So I've been around. I've been there, done that. I've seen a lot. I've been a part of some of this, or at least wanted to be, but the Lord wouldn't let me. He wouldn't really let me participate. And now I know why. But I really think that the apostasy is really it's happened in a way that we didn't expect. I think that's it. There's so many things that have happened in ways we never dreamed. And it just keeps happening over and over again. More and more exposure. It's obvious that man cannot handle power and wealth and lots of, just power over people and celebrity. That's not what the church is about. And it's pretty clear that man was not made to handle that. All honor is to go to the Lord. Idol worship comes in many forms. And a lot of the responsibility also goes to the sheep who have given those leaders the celebrity. So there's a lot of things that are happening right now that are, 2 years ago, just 2 years ago, we wouldn't have thought about. And everything is coming sharper and sharper and sharper to focus. So back to the prayer request. I need a job, preferably a teaching job. That's what I do. I've realized that that's what I've been doing basically all my life in one way or the other. But for the last 8 years, 7-8 years, I taught at a school. It was a Christian school, and I'm a drama teacher. And anyway, a lot of that's dried up. I've taught many things. I've taught science, which I really like. I've taught 6th grade math. I've taught Bible. I've taught, creative writing, speech. I've done many things. And I homeschooled my kids too. But my certification died many years ago. And I was overseas and raising a family, and it's just not up to date. And it doesn't matter if I've been teaching for 35 years. I don't have that piece of paper. So I've never been in this situation where I really need a job. Now, I guess what I'm asking is that, at this point, my husband and I just need to know, what does the Lord want us to do? Does he want me to just, apply for everything I can find, whether it's teaching or not, or does he just want to bring it? Or is there something he wants us to see that we're not seeing? Or, I don't know. I realize that Jesus said, do not worry about tomorrow. I mean, I've said that many times and I've remembered it, but he said, don't worry about tomorrow. And if we worry about tomorrow, we're disobeying what he said. And the only thing we can do is to do what he tells us to do today. And then he will take care of tomorrow, and so on. I just don't really know what else to do today. And so those of you that, if you see this video, if you think about it, would you please pray specifically that the Lord will make it very clear what we are to do or not do about this. My husband has a job. He would like a different job too, but he has a job. And we are both 65. And I have no intention of retiring anytime soon, because I can't, for one thing. And I really don't want to. I want to do things. I want to be busy. But I think that, humanly speaking, people look at my age, if I apply, and they go, oh, she'll be retiring soon. We'll just put that aside. And I know God is in control ultimately. I know he's faithful, but right now it's pretty scary. So, simply ask, pray that I know what to do or not do. I realize the Lord will come back tomorrow and all that, but while we're here, we have to do those things. So, anyway, I hope somebody sees this. And this is Jean signing off.